Alright, YouTube, David Harry here, and this is another one of my preliminary test videos, and in this video I am once again testing the Atomos Ninja V with a microphone. In this instance, this is the Shure SM7B. Now for anybody interested in such things, I've already done a video which is pretty much exactly the same as this one, but with a Sennheiser ME64. Now that was an example of using a very sensitive, cardioid pencil condenser, and this video is obviously using one of the deafest microphones known to man, which is obviously a dynamic microphone, which is the 7B. Anyway, so as I did in the other video, is that proper English even, David? You need to speak properly. As I did in the other video, I'm just testing for levels and stuff to get my optimum input level for the Ninja, because there's a real cool thing with the Ninja, and that's the fact that it does have a microphone input on it. It's only on 3.5mm, but it can be switched between line level and mic level and stuff like that. Anyways, the coolest thing about it is the fact that whilst you're recording stuff as I'm doing right now, which is gameplay, you can record your microphone on a different track than the embedded audio and stuff. So this is really cool for a whole bunch of things, not just gameplay, but any use you've got for a Ninja for recording HDMI or SDI, if you've got the SDI input on it and stuff like that, and you want to plug a microphone into it. So like I say, this is a pure test video where if the results end up being really cool and stuff, I'll make a proper video about it at some point, and I'll kind of give an example of the workflow and stuff like that. But for now, this is just me kind of getting to terms with what mics will work okay by being plugged direct into the Ninja. Anyway, so right now, the SM7B, being one of the most insensitive microphones known to man, obviously needs a whole bunch of preamplification and stuff like that. So what I'm doing here, I'm using a UV1 by Behringer, and I'm only using the preamp on it right now, not using any of the other functions. So the 7B is plugged into the UV1 through its XLR input, and then I'm using an XLR to 3.5 cable to come out of the UV1, which then goes into the mic line input on the Ninja. That's right, Dave, it's a Ninja, it's not something else. You were going to say something else then, weren't you, whilst you're trying to concentrate on running through this game without getting killed? Anyway, so it plugs into the Ninja on 3.5, and at that point the 3.5 can be set to line or microphone. So right now I've got it set to line level, and it is at 0, or its nominal input for line. And then what I'm doing is doing all the gain staging from the UV1. So hopefully this is all good. Hopefully it's not going hot and distorting or anything like that. Hopefully it's not too quiet, and hopefully it doesn't have any noise in it. So on the basis of I need to know whether it's noisy or not, let me just jump into this corner up here or something. I'll crouch down, be dead quiet, and let's do a silence test. And this is me just whispering into the microphone as well, just for me to test something else as well. Anyways, with that silence thing just done there, what I'm trying to hear for there is how much hiss is inherent within this particular signal chain. And hopefully it's not much, and hopefully it's low enough for for you to not be that bothered with it and stuff. Anyways, yeah, so what I'm going to do now, I'll explain a bit more about what's going on. However, there is another thing I can do here, and that is to plug the SM7B directly into the Ninja and then using its mic gain to do stuff. So let me do that. Okay, so I've now switched over and I have connected the SM7B directly to the mic line input on the Ninja, again using an XLR to 3.5mm cable. And what I've done here is to put what is quite possibly a lot of gain on, because as well as it having these inputs and the switchable between mic and line level and stuff, in the Ninja it's also got a gain structure as well. So right now we are at, I think, was it 16 dB worth of extra gain over 0, or over its nominal input level for the mic input. Now this is actually giving me a signal inside the Ninja, which on the VUs are kind of giving me peaks at around -6. So it is a lot of gain, and anybody who's used to a 7B will know that to get it up to anything where you can hear it takes a lot of gain. So -6 is a very healthy peak level here. However, and as I've already mentioned in my other video where I was messing around with the Sennheiser mic, the problem with the Ninja is, you know, it's primarily a video recording unit, so I don't know how good or like the mic stuff is, or like, you know, the audio gain structure and stuff like that. But like 16 dB worth of gain for anything is a lot. So, you know, what is it like? Now, on that basis, let me just dive into this corner here. Hold on, I'm going to get killed. Wait there, let me get out of that corner. That was the killing corner. Dave, don't go into the killing corner. That's for people who want to die. And right now, I don't want to die. Yeah, there is another corner up here. Let's get up here. Right, so what I'm going to do now is just go quiet and let's do a noise test. Okay, so those few seconds there of me shutting my trap whilst we just kind of record nothingness should give us a really good idea as to how much, speak properly, David, how much noise is inherent within this particular signal path and stuff like that. Now, I'm going to hazard a guess that due to the nature of the amount of gain that's going on and whatnot, that there will have been some hiss there. Was it mad noticeable? And did it work better in line level with the preamp? It probably did, because usually that's normally the result when you use a 7B with absolutely anything. Even the most professional of equipment, which is dedicated audio equipment, you're going to find that if you're using like any kind of like, you know, pre-gain systems and stuff with the 7B, quite often that is going to yield you your better results as far as noise is concerned. Things like tone and stuff like that, and I'm not talking about Tone from Tone's Adventures, but things like tone, you know, they may not necessarily change that much from like, you know, one type of like gain structure on any particular unit. But the problem is you will definitely get differences in noise levels depending upon the type of gain structure you use with a very awkward like deaf microphone like the 7B and stuff like that. Anyways, yeah, so this video, like I say, it's a prelim video. It's just me tooling around, doing me thing, testing me stuff in order to get a good idea of how like things work, like from one thing to another, because it's all well and good knowing a lot about microphones and knowing a lot about video. However, when you start mixing bits and pieces together, the results can be a little bit weird, hence why I do a lot of these preliminary video tests, which are primarily just designed for me. However, I do put some of them live because I do think some people might be interested in things like this. So on that basis, if you are interested in stuff like this, there might be other videos to go and check out, especially the one with the Sennheiser mic as well, with the Ninja. And on top of that as well, if anybody's got any ideas of stuff to do with the Ninja and things like that, or if indeed, if like these, like, you know, using microphones directly with the Ninja is a thing that people might be interested in, let me know. And then what I can do is kind of flesh out, like, say, this video without it being as long as this video, but get to the point, flesh it out to the main points of, like, you know, settings and stuff like that, and show workflows and stuff like that, because that realistically is the main reason why I do these types of preliminary videos, is so I can work out my optimum workflows and like settings and stuff when combining bits of equipment, especially bits of equipment that people wouldn't normally think about combining together, such as a Ninja V and an SM7B. Anyways, let's see, I'm going to get off now because I need to get into this game. I've had a little pint there and I want to get absolutely shit-faced and then get into this game and start slaughtering people. Anywho, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and all that cranky stuff. I'm David Harry. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care and goodbye now.